Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your fortnightly reading for June the 16th through to the 30th. I've just had this really interesting vision of you. It's really lovely. I get reach for the stars. It's a sense that you were growing, you were standing there and you were growing taller and taller and taller. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is about raising in stature and status. And then it just kept going. And it was like, oh, how far is this going to go? Is getting a bigger picture, seeing the higher perspective and seeing things from, and then it was like you went up above the earth and you were like, your head was out there looking at the solar system going, oh, wow. It was like you were a titan, like you were huge. And it was like you were up there like this kind of looking out, and you could reach for the stars quite literally. You could be touching the planetary bodies. And it was like, oh my goodness, where's Capricorn going? So this could be where you're really, really like seeing things from this very, very amazing vantage point at this moment in time, this highly intuitive perspective. I kind of get that you're kind of reaching out and potentially reaching for the stars, quite literally. But other parts of you are just kind of observing, going, wow, this looks really different. Like imagine if you actually did get to go out into space for the day. You'd just be like looking around in this sense of awe and wonder and like, okay, this perspective shifts and changes everything. What can I do out here? What does it all mean? And so it's asking sort of bigger questions, bigger picture questions, even questions about the philosophies and meanings of life. Some of you might even be getting into astrology or learning more about this solar system and astrology and the stars and things like that. It could be a very highly intuitive experience where suddenly you're getting this information and seeing things very differently. So, but it could just be that you, like I said, they always say, like, if you're an astronaut and you got to spend a day out in space looking down at Earth and then you came back down to Earth, it's like some of the things that seemed big on Earth just wouldn't seem big. I think you'd appreciate things. This is what they're showing me. You'd appreciate like the trees, the sky, the clouds, nature. You'd appreciate things in your life because it's like, this is magical that I live on this planet and they're things that I take for granted every day. But now you're looking around going, this is just like, I shouldn't be taking this for granted. This is amazing. And so I feel like it's like giving you this newfound sense of value and abundance in terms of where you're at in life, in terms of appreciating the things, even your existence in general. It's going to be different for all of you. Like maybe it will be that you're appreciating just things that, yeah, it's hard to explain, but it's going to be different. So just imagining that perspective that suddenly, and it feels like suddenly the connection with the world feels more vibrant and intense. It's like I'm listening to the leaves rustle in the wind, and it's like all your senses are really awake and alive and going, isn't it amazing, that sound? It's almost like you're on some kind of altered reality. It's a little bit like sometimes, yeah, it's interesting, but this sense of wonder and shifted priorities and perspectives that come with this. So that's kind of what I'm getting, and I feel like this has got a lot to do with the full moon that is occurring in Sagittarius on the 14th of June. So this illumination or this culmination energy of that full moon energy, and the Sagittarius energy is around seeing the bigger picture, higher truths, higher philosophies, traveling to new places that you haven't been before, inside your mind, inside your spirit. So I feel like this is really connected to that moon, and then this reading is that period afterwards, how that affects you and how that shift in perception has really kind of changed your world, your perception in the world. We've got 7 of Shells, choice and ambitions has come through. So yeah, interesting. This is the equivalent of the 7 of Cups, where you're looking at a lot of things are opening up in front of you in terms of the choices that you're making, and you might be getting more ambitious about something. But it might also be that there's this re-evaluation of the choices that you're making in your life. So yeah, very interesting. And like I said, the changing of perspective in terms of what the things that you want, the things that you're getting ambitious about. It might be that suddenly that thing that you really wanted to attain and achieve, you're suddenly going, that no longer seems important. Other things might seem important. So yeah, it's a huge reevaluation. We've got Cup 3, Pluto, Cancer. I love this. So this is celebration. this is celebration, which is really lovely. But it also can be around your friends. It can be around your health, around social occasions. It can be a big reevaluation around that. But the Pluto Cancer energy is... Pluto's like, it's the planet of transformation. It goes on this interesting elliptical orbit where it can be quite cold. It can be that something has felt quite cold and distant, and that's kind of got this sense that you have achieved this distance, and this has helped a perspective. But the Cancer energy is around your home, around celebration, around your feelings, how you're feeling at home, with these sense of feeling joy and happiness and bliss. So it is this sense of, joy, happiness and bliss. And the Pluto energy saying perhaps this has been something you haven't been able to access before, but because something has come back to you now, or there's this sense of a shifting in the perspective, it's like you're finding joy and bliss in places that you wouldn't normally. So, beautiful. We've got the King of Cups coming through. I just want to say that the Three of Cups is at the base here. So I'll make sure I've got this deck up the right way. The King of Cups. So, this is around a Scorpio energy. It could be quite literally around, there's some choices and ambitions around a Scorpio. Could be a relationship with somebody who's just very intense. It could have a very deep connection, but a lot of this is about emotional renewal, especially if there's been some turbulent emotions around. So we've got something's been a little bit out of balance. You're wanting to kind of go slow with something, look to the long-term future. The Seven of Wands, getting yourself in a stronger position. Here you are making plans, new plans with the Magician. It's like, right, new choices, new plans, new perspective. The Four of Swords, this is you going on this deep internal journey of the mind, which is lovely. The Devil, this is actually Capricorn energy, so it's got both positive and negative connotations around it. The energy, the Five of Wands, bit of conflict. That was in your hopes and fears, so... But the Five of Wands can also be an ambitious card as well. And we've got the Hermit. Okay. So, the lot of like soul seeking and evaluation and shifting where it is that you see your life going, and having the courage to make some new choices, different choices that are going to bring some positive results. And look at this Nine of Pentacles here. So this is, a beautiful energy as an overall reading about... the Nine of Pentacles. Look at how fancy free and abundant this character is in life. You've got what you need now. It's a sense of, okay, I'm hearing the birds, I've got all this. It's like that shift in, I've got abundance within me. So as a situation, we've got the King of Cups. This is really a lot to do with managing your emotions, your feelings, mastering them, and finding safe places, especially with the Pluto Cancer energy. The King of Cups is a little bit more, both of them about your emotions and how you've been feeling about things. And the King of Cups is more of a psychological energy. It could be that you've been holding on to something emotionally that has been not good for your health, or it's been out of balance. It could be that there's a very deep emotional connection with somebody. I do feel like this is either you or somebody of significance in your life, like somebody you care very deeply for. But there may be health issues with this person with the Temperance energy. There may be a sense that they're really out of alignment. This could be you as well, with crossed by the Temperance energy. And this, interestingly, is a Sagittarius energy, the Temperance card of alignment and balance coming back in. And so... and flow coming back. So that's kind of interesting that we were talking about the Sagittarius full moon as well. So it is a sense of perhaps seeing a higher perspective in terms of just a healthcare journey or an emotional journey that you've had with somebody that's been very important in your life at this moment in time. And it's just about wanting to bring back in that alignment. Something's been really out of balance here and you're reevaluating. So in your conscious mind, you've got the Page of Swords. So this is where, this is having a very open and curious mind. There's solutions coming to you in terms of your thoughts. You're on a bit of a mental exploration. You're developing some new ideas as well, and maybe going down new paths that you haven't explored before, and seeing new again, you trying new things, trying out new ideas, trying out new approaches, trying out a whole heap of different things. If something hasn't worked, it's kind of like, let's try and be open-minded about this. So the Page of Swords it's got an energy of learning because of this open, curious mind. So it could quite literally be related to study for some of you, and research. That's something that can come through with it as well. But it's also something that you might be looking at or seeing something online that has kind of piqued your interest for a little bit, and you're kind of getting this message of, oh, maybe that is something that I could be doing, or maybe that's something that could help. So you're kind of thinking long term here with the Knight of Pentacles. This is what's happening right at the base, at the root. And this is a very kind of Taurian energy. It can also be very Capricorn energy. It's the element of earth. It's where things are going really, really slow. You're not rushing into anything here. You're just waiting to see what settles in your mind, what information comes, what things are working, what feels right. Because the 7 shells can sometimes mean that you're still formulating the picture here. There's still a vision forming about what you want to be doing. And so the Knight of Pentacles is looking at your long-term vision. Ultimately, some of the choices and decisions that you're bringing in here want to be good in terms of bringing longer-term stability, both emotionally, financially, and health-wise. Then that's what this Knight of Pentacles does. It looks to the future and says, okay, where do I want to be in 5, 10, 20 years' time? What can I do now to make that situation further down the track better? So, yeah, it's in the recent past, you've got the 7 of Wands. So this is something in the recent past has strengthened. So in the recent past, so it could have been the issue could have strengthened. Like maybe there was some sort of emotional intensity. Maybe there was the need for to find that emotional safe ground. Maybe a relationship strengthened. Maybe a health issue became so strong that you had to address it, or something has kind of come up for you to go, okay, I need to look at this. But like I said, there's celebration around this. So there's a happy, joyful energy. So the 7 of Wands is like when perhaps like health has gotten better, it's gotten stronger. It can be the opposite as well. Like you've got yourself in a stronger position to be able to take something on, or to be able to manage these emotions, or you're just feeling stronger within yourself, quite literally. Or this other person that you are looking after and caring for is getting stronger as well. There's a very caring energy here, Capricorn, that I'm getting, and whether it's being addressed to you or somebody else, it's a lovely energy. So in the near future, you got the Magician. So this is where you had an open mind, something's been out of balance emotionally, or in terms of the King of Cups is also the Scorpio energy, which is really great at managing other people and money. It's kind of a managerial energy around you. So it's like, that's why you're looking at these choices. So whatever it is that is particularly relevant to you, because there's a few different things in here, this is where the Magician energy is coming in, where you're making plans, drawing resources to you, going, okay, let's do this, but let's do it properly. You're willing something into creation here. You're looking at all the choices, and you might be even calling in experts, or saying, people that this could be expert healthcare practitioners, or expert people that are dealing with finances, because we've got the Knight of Pentacles there. It could be expert people that help you with your emotions as well. So the Magician can represent experts. It could just be you making new plans and looking at the choices and going, right, okay, this is going to be. And with the ambitious energy, it's slow moving, but it's like willing to kind of build something for the rewards further down the track. So this is you, the 4 of Swords. Some of you might be needing a bit of a rest, like rest and recovery, the 4 of Swords can sometimes mean. So especially if there's been a lot of emotional turbulence, or something has been affecting your health, that's something that could come through. But with the 4 of Swords, this is also just a huge mindset shift. And that's kind of what we were seeing, with the sense of you've seen something from this totally different perspective, and suddenly it shifted your perception of everything. So this 4 of Swords is when you spend a bit of time to think about something, deeply, contemplate something, maybe look at it from a whole heap of different angles. You could be going over old ground, old stories, but it's just spending some time to think about something. So this is not rushing, which is really great. In the energies surround you, you've got the devil energy. And because most of the other cards around you are positive and around ambitions, and this and the Five of Wands, they can be both negative and positive cards, but with the devil energy, it can be both. So this can be a very ambitious energy, both of these. It can be wanting to do better, to create better, and to I want to kind of get there. So you've got new ambitions coming through. The devil energy can also be where you're feeling stuck, but the good news is that you've got the solutions. You're getting stronger with this energy of feeling really stuck. You're kind of going deep and working out some answers and mindset shifts. So the devil energy, it can relate to anything that it could be something toxic that has occurred health-wise or toxic emotionally within a relationship. It could represent debt or negative cycles around money. It can represent those sort of things or fears around money. So it's under siege with the Seven of Wands and Four of Swords. It's like you know there's an issue and you're willing to tackle it, which is not a bad thing, absolutely. But it can also, it doesn't have to mean that is something that's coming up at all. This devil energy could be that there is these new ambitions. You found yourself in this more emotionally stable place. You're reevaluating, looking at the choices in front of you and getting ambitious, because the Five of Wands, this can be conflict, but it can also be testing the market, testing your skills, testing out a lot of things to see what works, what's best, what's better for you, and how you can get better at something, a better result. So yeah, it's got a bit of both. You could read it both ways. So just take what feels right for you with that. And then we've got the Hermit, the Strength card, and the Three of Wands. So this is where, again, this Strength energy, the Seven of Wands is kind of more of a minor arcana version of you're just gathering your strength. The Strength card in itself as a major arcana is a bigger energy of being really brave, getting the courage to do what it is that you need to do here. And so next to the Hermit energy, this is a little bit like the Four of Swords, the Hermit energy of going deep within, retreating from a situation. And it can be a little bit of soul searching as well. It can be soul searching, reevaluation, going deep within, connecting to the wisdom within you, because you realize that there's a lot of courage with these choices and decisions. You need wisdom with it as well. And it's just actually quite a very nice recipe for moving forward here. And that's why I think with this Three of Wands, it's like you've put a whole heap of things out there. I've tried things, I've tested stuff, and you're waiting for the results to come back in. And this can mean some positive results coming back, which is really great. But it is taking you out of, it is using some reserves of strength to do this. Absolutely. But not in a bad way, because it's like if you're feeling good about it inside and can see that this is the clear path ahead and the clear choice, it's like, right, I will rise to the occasion. I will rise up. And again, it's that sense of elevation. So I would say with the Three of Wands, some really, really positive results due to some challenging and hard work that you're putting in here. And this feels more emotion, internal work rather than external. So yeah, and then we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So it feels and could be more psychological or to do with your thoughts. But yeah, with as an outcome as well, or overall energy, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, and this is where some of this may be around independence, freedom, resetting some boundaries in your life. I mean, Saturn has gone into retrograde as well, your ruler. So this is where Saturn is going back over and reevaluating some things and going, is this working or is this not working? Maybe try out some new things. And that's what this Nine of Pentacles is. It's very much doing things on your own terms. It can be about resetting boundaries of independence and self-sufficiency as well that comes through, and feeling good about that. But again, it's that energy of, and I think you're going to celebrate the wins. There's a win coming in here that you're going to celebrate, but you've been very, very, like I said, there's this big shift of perspective. And the Nine of Pentacles is that energy that we're saying, after you come back, after you've been out in space for the day, you come back down and you suddenly appreciate all the things. It seems bountiful, the things that you have in your life at this moment in time. You know, this character has got a bird, it's got the plants, it's got money, it's got security, it's got freedom, and this could be financial freedom and independence, doing things on your own terms. So it can also be wanting to bring in more money with the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So I think you're going to be with the threes. This is initial positive results, knowing that you're heading in the right direction, which is really great. So yeah, I mean, I think it's really good energy to be working with here, Capricorn. So let's pull an affirmation card for you. Ooh. We've got, my home is a peaceful haven. Beautiful. Look at that little comfy chair. I bless my home with love. I put love in every corner, and my home lovingly responds with warmth and comfort. I am at peace. So yeah, that's a really beautiful energy, because the Cancer energy does represent home. So like I said, it's that having a rejoicing in having a place that you can come home to that feels peaceful, that feels, you know, you've been out in space, or you've been out busy day. You want somewhere that brings that comfort and security when you come back. That's going to be an important energy, because I feel like I said, with these ambitions, you're reaching for the stars. You are getting ambitious with something, but you need to have that place that you can rest afterwards emotionally. This one says, I trust the process of life. Beautiful. There is a rhythm and flow to life, and I am part of it. Life supports me and brings me only good and positive experiences. I trust the process of life to bring me my highest good. Beautiful. Because I do feel like you're doing something very, very different here, and it does require trust. But I think that you're kind of checking in with yourself a lot and going, is this okay? Does this feel okay? So, but part of that is also trusting yourself, how you're feeling, but part of it is trusting the process of life. We've got, the beautiful Cupid praying. There's a beautiful sense of asking the angels, or the angels are listening. Your prayers are potentially being answered here. But if you're having any issues or any troubles, we have this beautiful angel here with the Temperance card coming in and saying, maybe you haven't been talking to the angels, or maybe you haven't been paying attention to whatever this Temperance card represents in terms of an alignment, or in terms of some sort of healthy alignment in your life. So it's saying, talk to it, talk to the angels. The angels are listening at this moment in time. If you need help, there's helpful energies around. And this may come in the form of this helpful person, an expert. It doesn't have to necessarily be a divine being, but it's saying, for some of you, your prayers are being answered. But also, if you're feeling this particularly challenging, because this journey that you're going through can be a joyful journey, and it can also be a challenging journey. It can be different for all of you. And if you're going through that sense of feeling a little bit more challenged with it, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask your soul and spirit for help as well. And that will be listened to, because those answers reside deep within you, and those answers will come to you. And solutions will come to you. So that's it, Capricorn. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now, where we're going to see what's coming in the near future and the future beyond, and explore this a lot further. There's new plans, there's positive results coming in. What else is coming through with this? Like, what other energies are coming in? What other opportunities are coming in? What sort of people are coming in? How do you work with these energies to make the optimum use of the fact that Pluto's coming in and transforming something in your life? And it does feel something that very much could be related to this Knight of something you care about a lot, an issue you care about a lot. So let's see where this is going, where you can get the optimum energy of transformation and joy that's coming with this, and the positive results. And any other clarifiers or any other intuitive messages, we're going to ask all of that. So we're just going to explore it deeper into the future, and deeper in terms of just what's going on with it. So that's all in the extended reading. Would love it if you come over, Capricorn. The link for that is in the description box below. And I usually pin the link to the comments as well. And if this is where we're leaving each other, please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment, and take care.